Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Today we celebrate the memorial of Saint Martha, the sister of Mary and Lazarus. Now, when we think about Martha, the first story that may come to mind is our gospel today from Luke, in which Jesus goes and visits the home of Martha and Mary. Mary is sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening to every word he says. Martha is busy about many things, getting ready to be and trying to be a good hostess. And we hear in that story, Jesus says, Martha, Martha, you're worried about lots of things, many things. Mary is concerned with only one thing, and she has chose the better part, and it will not be taken from her. Now, if you're like me and someone who is a kind of a type A personality, this story might get under your skin, and that's okay. And one way in which this story has been interpreted over the centuries is the contrast between active and contemplative life. So, for example, we see in the figure of Martha someone who is active, someone who is out there doing things, out there doing good works. And we see in the figure of Mary someone who is more introspective, someone who is more reflective, someone who passively sits at the feet of Jesus or spends time in prayer. And we even have active and contemplative religious orders. But both of them are important. We can't have one or the other. And Jesus isn't necessarily just saying, hey, just sit at my feet and don't do anything. Instead, there's a different way that this gospel can be interpreted. And another way that it has been interpreted over the centuries is noticing what Jesus says to the sisters. He says to Martha, 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 you are worried about many things. Mary is worried about one thing. The translation from Greek to Latin says, the unum necessarium, the one necessary thing. Maybe that's what we can learn from Martha today. It's easy for us to be worried about lots of things. If we look at the world around us, our anxiety levels easily go up. There are lots of things to be worried and nervous about and anxious about. But maybe we can instead focus on the one necessary thing. As we look at our own lives today, where are those areas where we tend to be scatterbrained rather than single-minded? How is Jesus inviting us to refocus our life on the one necessary thing? St. Augustine has a great quote about St. Martha in which he says, all of this work that she was doing was really preparing her for heaven, where she would continue this work of God, where she would now intercede for us. And I like to think that maybe in heaven, Martha taught Mary a thing or two about hard work, about interceding for us, about being there for us, as they help us as we work and pray on our journey to heaven. So today, do a quick inventory of your life. Where are those areas in your life where you're worried and anxious? And how can we, through Martha's example and intercession, return to the one necessary thing, Jesus?